But let's look and zoom into what's happening today, right? We're dealing with two pandemics. One, a health pandemic, COVID-19, a virus that people that can kill people, that's totally changed our economic, financial future. And then on top of that, we're dealing with tremendous social injustice. Black Lives Matter, deaths at the hands of law enforcement.
Mm-hmm.
What do you recommend on how we could just kind of show up for people in our lives? A friend that has maybe lost a job, or a friend that is dealing, with some, frustration around, these senseless deaths. What are your suggestions for like active listening and just being there for someone?
Yeah. I mean, I think it's such an important thing to bring into mind, and it is heavy, right? And it's complex and it's layered, but it's the world that we're living in now. So, when it comes to the pandemic, I think it's always checking in with yourself, because there's this thing that's called the collective consciousness, right? So we each have a consciousness and awareness, the way we think as human beings. But there's also the consciousness and the awareness of the entire world, right? So as you're going through the day, it's like, okay, am I tapped into the collective consciousness, which right now there is a lot of fear and there is a lot of change. And it's not to say that's not good or bad or whatever. It's to say, is it me, right? Am I the one thinking? Am I taking action through my own thoughts? Or am I plugged into the collective consciousness and taking action from that place? So I think this times is so important to have insight and awareness on our own thoughts, right? What do we stand for? What are the things that are triggering? What are the things that we need to learn about? If we have anxiety, if we have fear, to making sure that we're not numbing and avoiding and using, drugs or alcohol or sex or whatever it is as tools to avoid and numb the heaviness, and be like, let me look at these things. Let me be super aware and open to what is it that's going on in the back of my head, so I'm able to deal with it and manage it instead of like avoiding it and shoving it under the rug.